Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Target for IQ. This is Shikha Singh, and in this video I am going to discuss a few MCQs on the subject Transfer of Property Act 1882, which are going to be really helpful for your upcoming judicial services examination. So let's begin. The first question is, under the provisions of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, the seller is duty bound to disclose. The options are A. Patent defects in the property, B. Latent defects in the property, C. Both A and B, D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer of this question is B, which is latent defects in the property. The second question is, under the Transfer of Property Act 1882, vested interest is. The options are A. Defeated by the death of the transferor, B. Defeated by the death of the transferee, C. Either A or B, D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer is D, neither A nor B. Third question is, which of the following can be transferred under the provisions of the Transfer of Property Act 1882? The options are A. The right to mean profits, B. A decree for mean profits, C. A transfer of property to a prostitute for future cohabitation, D. A sublease of a farm for the retail sale of opium. So the correct answer is B, a decree for mean profits. Fourth question is, which of the following is a valid example of a vested interest as defined by the Transfer of Property Act 1882? The options are A. B. A deceased in his will leaves a residential property to C to be transferred on the death of B's daughter-in-law, B. A deceased in his will left rupees 65,000 to A to be paid on A's 50th birthday, C. Both A and B, D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer is A. Next is, which of the following is a valid example of contingent interest as defined by the Transfer of Property Act 1882? The options are A. B gifted his property to his daughter-in-law with the condition that the possession of the property will transfer to her only after B's death. B made a gift of rupees 15,000 to A deposited in an account to be transferred to A when he attains age of majority. C. Both A and B, D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer is B. Next question. Which of the following is the time limit given under Section 17 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882? A. Life of the transferee, B. A period of 18 years from the date of transfer, C. Either A or B, whichever is longer, D. Neither A nor B. The correct answer is B. A period of 18 years from the date of transfer. Seventh question is, which of the following properties can be transferred under the Transfer of Property Act 1882? The options are A. Salary of a public officer, B. Right to sue, C. Both A and B, D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer is D. Neither A nor B. Eighth question is, which of the following sections of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 do not apply to persons governed by Muslim law? The options are A. Section 55, B. Section 14, C. Both A and B, D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer is B. Section 14. Section 14 does not apply to persons governed by Muslim law. Now the next question. Which of the following sections of the TPA were repealed by the Transfer of Property Amendment Act 1929? The options are Section 74, B. Section 75, C. Both A and B, and D. Neither A nor B. So the correct answer is C. Both A and B. Next question is, which of the following statements is true regarding definitions given under the Transfer of Property Act 1882? The options are: term instrument means both testamentary and non-testamentary instrument. B. Term actionable claims include debt secured by mortgage on the residential house. C. The term attached to earth will not mean trees and shrubs. D. The term attested means attested by two or more witnesses. So out of these options, the correct answer is the term attested means attested by two or more witnesses, which is D. The correct answer is D. Now the 11th question is, in Roman law, the earliest type of security was. The options are A, the fiducia, B, the pignus, C, the hypotheca, D, none of these. So the correct answer is the fiducia. 12th is, under the Transfer of Property Act 1882, where writing is not expressly required by law. The options are A, a transfer of properties may be made without writing in some cases. B, a transfer of property is subject to only writing. C, no provision of oral transfer is made. D, none of the above. So the correct answer is A, which is a transfer of properties may be made without writing in some cases. 13th question is, Section 5 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. The options are A, applies to property sold in auction sale. B, does not apply to property sold in auction sale. C, applies to compromise of doubtful rights. D, does not apply to compromises of doubtful rights. So the correct answer is B. It doesn't apply to property sold in auction sale. Section 5 of the TPA does not apply to property sold in auction sale. So B is the correct answer. 14th is, the basic ingredients of the doctrine of lis pendens are. The options are A, the suit should be collusive. B, property should have been transferred or otherwise dealt with. C, a litigation should be pending in a court of competent jurisdiction. D, the suit must not be related to a specific immovable property. So the correct answer is C. A litigation should be pending in a court of competent jurisdiction. 15th question is, the doctrine of lis pendens A, is applicable on both movable and immovable property. B, is applicable on both partial and absolute transfers. C, is applicable on both specified and unspecified properties. D, all of these. So the correct answer is B. That is, the doctrine of lis pendens is applicable on both partial and absolute transfers. 16th question is, the English rule against perpetuities deals with A, interest to arise in future. B, interest in present. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. So the answer is C, both A and B. Now 17th question, the English rule that a grant should be construed most favorably to the sovereign. The options are A, is applicable in India in its totality. B, is not applicable in India. C, partially applicable in all the cases in India. D, partially applicable to some of the cases in India. So the correct answer of this question is B, is not applicable in India, which means that the English rule that a grant should be construed most favorably to the sovereign is not applicable in India. 18th question is, according to provisions of the TPA, the easements. The options are can be transferred. B, cannot be transferred. C, cannot be transferred apart from the dominant heritage. D, can be transferred apart from the dominant heritage. So the correct answer is C, cannot be transferred from the dominant heritage. 19th question is, the rule against perpetuity as given in section 14 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 applies to. The options are A, immovable property. B, movable property. C, both A and B. D, unconditionally to A, conditionally to B. So the correct answer of this question is C, both A and B, which means the rule against perpetuity as given in section 14 of the TPA applies to immovable as well as movable property. Next question is, transfer of spes succession is A, valid. B, void. C, voidable. D, either A or B. So the correct answer is void. Transfer of spes succession is void. Next question, under the provisions of the TPA, if there are patent defects in the property. So out of the given options, the correct answer is the maxim of caveat emptor will apply. 22 is the provisions of conditional transfer is provided in the Transfer of Property Act 1882. The options are Section 25, B, Section 26, C, Section 27, D, Section 29. So the correct answer is A, option A, Section 25. Question 23 is the rule of election under the Transfer of Property Act 1882 as applied to will is enacted in sections 180 and 192 of the options are Indian Succession Act 1925, B, Indian Registration Act 1908, C, Sale of Goods Act 1930, D, General Clauses Act 1897. So the correct answer is A, Indian Succession Act 1925. Next question is 24, which says in the Transfer of Property Act 1882, sections 33 to 37 apply to both immovable and movable property, whereas sections 38 to 53 apply to, options are A, movable property only, B, immovable property, C, both immovable and movable property, D, none of the above. So the correct answer is B, which is immovable property. 25th question is provisions of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 are strictly confined to transfer by act of parties except as provided under. The options are A, Section 57 and Chapter 4, B, Section 56 and Chapter 4, C, Section 58, D, none of the above. So the correct answer is A, Section 57 and Chapter 4. The next question is Section 38 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 has no application. Options are A, to previous transfer where the transaction is still incomplete, B, to succeeding transfer where the transaction is to be completed in future, C, to perpetuity transfer, D, none of the above. So the correct answer is D, none of the above. 27 is Section 41 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 applies to voluntary transfers and has no application to A, court sale, B, contingent sale, C, perpetuity sale, D, priceless sale. So the correct answer is A, court sale. Next question is possession of a manager cannot be treated as ostensible ownership with the consent of the real owner. This was held in case of. The options are A, Sheshu Mullah M. Shah versus Syed Abdul Rashid, B, Ved Kumar versus Union of India, C, Motimal Saovar versus Vijay Lakshmi Ammal, D, B. Sitaram Rao versus Bibhushana. So the correct answer is A, Sheshu Mullah M. Shah versus Syed Abdul Rashid. 29 question is under Section 42 of the Transfer of Property Act, if a person has a right to transfer property after exercising a right to revoke a previous transfer, a transfer of such property by him will imply an exercise of. Options are A, right of revocation, B, right of transfer, C, right of surrender, D, none of the above. So the correct answer is A, right of revocation. The next question is Section 44 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 deals with. The options are A, transfer by two co-owners, B, transfer by one co-owner, C, transfer by three co-owners, D, transfer by all co-owners. So the correct answer of this question is B, transfer by one co-owner. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked this video and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. Thank you.